Covers up this time.
And both teams coming out using their speed here. It starts with the captain for the Marlies, Alan McShane, who's simply a puck hounder. Lots of time to move this puck. McShane gets in the road and then gets a good opportunity here as it just trickles wide. And then coming back down the other end, Reese Foran takes advantage and wires it. And I mean wires it off the crossbar.
Pierre-Luc Forget. He's the goal scorer in this game. He's number 44. Advances the puck to Daniil Antropov, and the disc comes out to center. St. John fires it right back in. Ron and Don talking about playing other sports, and Thomas Tinmouth, who's number 10, he's a cross-country champion at his school, so you wonder why he can skate so well. You got to be in pretty good shape to run cross-country.
Yeah, you got to have the good legs for it, just as you do in skate.
Robertson has some open ice, and he glides into the Marlies' end. On his backhand, centers it for McKim, but the Marlboros defended that. This time it's Whitaker trying to get to the net. He has troubles getting around Akil Thomas. Now Thomas looks ahead. He's going to try to skate it out, and the speedy Hillis was able to get a stick-on-stick to knock it off the blade of Thomas momentarily. Stolen again by McShane. Right away, he tried to get that in front of the net. Hit a stick and went up high. McLean checked at his own blue line. There's McShane again. He's always around the puck. Has to back off this time on the delayed offside. Matthew McDougall. He came in his suit. And the York Simcoe Express having some fun. Rob Shilton joking with him. You look so good, might have to healthy scratch it. They need McDougall, though. They need some offense. And now they're going to have to defend, though. It's McShane leading the way again for the Marlboros. Cross-ice pass, and Robbie Cranston played it perfectly. Came across, broke up the 2-on-1, and the Marlboros lead without even a shot on goal. Cranston, he's pretty good at track and field, too. He's very competitive in the 200 meters. McDougall has ball on his back. Crowd oohing and eyeing. There's some Express fans here. They wanted a penalty.
The speed of the second period is unbelievable. These two teams now, and a lot what I expected out of York Simcoe, finding their legs after that first period, getting scored upon, very similar to what happened against Don Mills in the semifinal. And a good play here by Cranston. McShane slows the pace down. He's waiting for a lane to open up, tries to get it over to Michael Little, but Cranston goes down. Perfect block of the pass cross ice to take a 2-on-1 chance away.
Face-off win for the Express. Will McHenry, his favorite player is Connor McDavid. He grew up in Newmarket near the McDavids. Maybe some of that good water that Connor drank will rub off on McHenry. He's had a good career so far, but tough to fill those boots of Connor McDavid.
Hopefully it rubs off on any of us. The way McDavid is just a star in the National Hockey League. That's Kyle O'Brien there to the right, and Rob Shilton, the head coach, on the left. And he'll look down the Marlies bench, see who's up, and help Rob Shilton with his line matching. York Simcoe, they are the home team in this game.
Graham Clark looking over that left shoulder. Yanni Sampis was hollering for it, but there's the smooth skating. Carter Robertson to intercept. And the defenseman wants to jump into the play, but the Marlboros have taken the puck away. They've iced it, though. We'll take a break here on Sportsnet. It's the OHL Cup from the Mattamy Athletic Center in Toronto. Welcome back to the former Maple Leaf Gardens, now the Mattamy Athletic Center OHL Cup final. We're through about a period and a half. Marlboros leading it, but it's funny to look at York Simcoe Express, and they're undefeated to the OHL Cup, but they did have some tumultuous games.
Yeah, and this one particularly against the Rebels, many are calling the best game of the tournament to this point, and it's Carter Robertson who's on the rush. Excellent move to the inside into the backhand for the game winner. A 3-2 win to get the York Simcoe Express into the semifinal. They would go on later that afternoon to defeat Don Mills by a 4-1 count, thanks to Robertson giving them that opportunity with his game winner in overtime. And you can see there's a lot of high-end talent there.
Okay, so they were down 1-0 in that game. They won in the quarters. They were down 1-0 in the semifinal, and they won that game. They're down 1-0 here in the final. Let's see if they can make history repeat itself 3 times.
And looking a lot better here, I think, in the second period, RJ. I think York Simcoe is now found its legs. They're comfortable with the situation, being on TV, and now they can put all that pressure aside and just go out and play hockey.
Hillis is using that great speed. Got it back to his defense. Cross ice feed. Both McKim and Hillis were there, but Akil Thomas took it away. The tournament leading scorer got to the blue line, and Whitaker stood him up. Bearing attempt, knocked down by Antropov. Little trying to gather it in. He snapped his shot, but he got nothing but boards. Matthew McKim, he's got some skating room on the left wing side. McPherson, he was unable to shoot, and now Thomas, he's cut off by Whitaker, but two Marlies coming in. Little, another chance. Heads off the shoulder of Berezynski and goes out of play. Another big save for Andrei Berezynski in the Express net.
Just when you think things are hairy, Daniil Antropov is able to slow the game down at its fastest pace. And here in the neutral zone, good job by the Marlies to just continue to forge forward. Puck battle won there. And look at this little simple backhand sauce pass as Antropov delivers.
Ian Vuko, little spin off the faceoff to pick up speed. Now McLean back up to Vuko. He hasn't slowed down a stride since that faceoff. Tried to get it back to McLean, but all five Marlies were in front of their net, and they clear it out once again. Marlboros have been stingy defensively, not letting this high-flying York Simcoe Express attack get rolling. Vuko ahead to McDougall. Right away, that's broken up by Pringle. Here's McShane in the corner. He just missed Pringle with that centering pass. How about Pringle? He's doing virtual high school, and he's working ahead. So by the time hockey season starts next year, a lot of his teammates will be in grade 11. He'll be midway through grade 12.
Well, it's an absolutely brilliant idea, because if he goes into the Ontario Hockey League, he'll have the opportunity to lessen the course load a little bit, which will allow him to balance hockey and school.
End of the shift for Pringle and his Marlies line mates, so that'll give McLean an opportunity to clear, but that's off the skate of Clark. Cranston, who made that great defensive play earlier this period on the 2-on-1, didn't even allow the Marlies a shot. Has the puck now. He's number 13. Robertson clears it out, but it was a delayed offside.
We'll see Robertson out there with Robbie Cranston here for the York Simcoe Express. And Cranston, you talk about these guys being multi-sport athletes, a three-time OBA champion in AAA baseball with the Newmarket Hawks. Also the 200-meter dash that you talked about, finished second place in the regionals there, an honor roll student, a chess player, an all-around fine human being.
Dante Fantuzzi fanned on it. Will McHenry quickly moves it ahead to Foreign. He tried to center it, but Marlboros really good in front of their net. Every time that puck gets centered, it seems like Marlboro comes up with it. D'Amico's shot, that goes off a stick and then off the glass. Now back to the blue line to Fantuzzi. He can create offense from back there. Shot from Horvat is blocked fearlessly by Reese Foreign. Now Foreign's tracked down by Clark. Clark keeps this puck in deep in the Express zone. Buckley bumps heavily with his man. McPherson's lost his stick. So McHenry tried to clear again, but he hit Clark with it. Now McPherson without his stick. Some tired players out there for the Express. The Marlies have hemmed them in. Can they get something to the net? Buckley did. Berezynski made the save and took a late whack, too, from Clark, and the goaltender didn't like that.
Why does this all happen? It's a good back check here. You see the backtrack. It looks like Foreign's about to exit the zone. Instead, he gets pickpocketed by Clark. The Marlies able to maintain possession in the zone and ultimately would lead to this chance. They wanted to swing that puck around to McPherson, but because he had no stick, they had to go back up same side, and there were Marlies all over the place to create the opportunity.
Off the face-off, Antropov tries a shot. It gets to the front of the net. Antropov reaches for it again. There's an attempt that goes just wide, and you see the resemblances of Dad from number 91. And he's played all over the place too. Played in Kazakhstan, Winnipeg. There's a long shot at deflects just off the side of the net. Oh, this big Marlies line. They're all over the Express right now. Back to the blue line. Tyler Spott takes a shot. That's the son of Steve Spott, now an assistant coach with the Sharks. Forget's long blast. That's stopped again by Berezynski. He's had to come up with a big period. He's made 3 or 4 huge saves for the Express. They've been hemmed in, and they're not getting the puck out this time either. Akil Thomas behind his own goal. Finally, it's stolen by Cranston. He gets it about a foot outside the blue line. Here come the Marlies. One move by Tinmouth. That pass to the top of the slot. Got by all his teammates, and there was McKim. He was reaching for it. Might have been a good chance, but he just couldn't come up with it. The puck has been iced. It's still 1-0 for the Marlies, but they have had all kinds of chances in the second.
A tightly contested OHL final has just one goal, and that's defenseman Pierre-Luc Forget, who uses Justin McPherson as a screen for the York Simcoe Express, and that one will come with a little extra sugar in the coffee. It was McPherson who was a teammate of Forget when you go back to his 7-year stint with the Marlies before leaving this year to go play with the York Simcoe Express, and that is the only goal to date in this game. It's the Marlies out shooting the York Simcoe Express 20-11. Here with 5:32 left in the second period.
And Forget's favorite player, Maurice the Rocket Richard. You don't hear that name mentioned with the young players very often, so he's a historian of the game, and that's nice to see.
Yeah, you gotta love it.
Bucco, he skated well in the second. Drop pass, again, it doesn't work out. Marlboros, they're very good in their own zone. Maybe here's an odd man chance this time, and coming back was McShane to tie up McPherson. And deking through center ice is Pringle. Bucco's come back to tie him up. Little gets a shot, though. A good skate save from Berezynski. He kicked that left pad out quickly. He's been tested in the second, but he's kept his team within one.
And he's really good down low, so athletic. Watch how quickly those feet move.
It is hard work to get it to the net right now for York Simcoe Express. They've been outshot in the second period, 8-1. And York Simcoe Express were offside. It was a delayed offside, and they'll blow that down.
Now, Alan Shane is the captain here for the Toronto Marlies, and watch the defensive play he makes here. Comes down, goes stick on stick against McPherson, takes an opportunity away from the former Marley.
15-minute periods here at the OHL Cup, so they zip by pretty quickly. About 4.5 to go here, and McHenry somehow stayed onside. Foran barrels into the corner with Buckley. Foran comes up with a puck, and now the tough task of getting it to the front of the net. There's a penalty coming up.
Be an interference call, and some sustained zone time pressure leads to the penalty taken by the Marlies, so York Simcoe can build off of that. And it's Fantuzzi right there, knocking down Reese Foran right in the middle of the ice. Puck leaves, and Foran goes to the ice. Fantuzzi goes to the box.
This is the part of the game that has gotten York Simcoe Express back in games when they've fallen behind. They've been so good on the power play. All 4 of their goals in the semifinal were scored with a man advantage. But the Marlies haven't allowed a power play goal against at this OHL Cup. Express 0 for 1 in the game. That shot's wide of the net. It'll come all the way out, and that'll force York Simcoe Express to regroup. Antropov picks out that pass, gets it over to Forget. He only gets it as far as center. Now here comes the power play specialist. 5 power play goals at the OHL Cup for number 11, Matthew McKim. There's McPherson's shot. That hit a body in front of the net. Whitaker comes up with it. Doesn't pass back to the line. Centering feed by McLean. Another chance to get it in front. Forget slapped that out of that. Whitaker gets to the dot, passes in front of McKim, and just knocked away by Antropov before Hillis could get to that loose puck. Antropov sensing a short-handed chance. He's forcing McPherson down there. He's got the puck. He's tired, though. He has to back off now. McPherson ahead to McKim. Now Ian McLean weaves his way into the Marlies' end. 45 seconds to go in this power play, and the Marlboros get it down the ice once again.
Well, one thing you notice here at the Mattamy Center, the boards are really lively, so any hard rims are going to come back the other side in a hurry.
This power play has been strong for the Express at the OHL Cup. They've got time here. There's a shot from Foran, stopped by Tang. Now it comes around to Cranston. He can't shoot from there. Right in the lane is Little. Maybe Robertson will get a chance. He passes back to Cranston. Robertson, he's got a great shot. Doesn't use it that time. Down to the corner to Foran. Cranston, middle of the ice, looking at the net. Passes to Foran instead. Now he tries to chop it ahead. It's stolen by Kevin Ball. It's down the ice one more time, and that'll be enough to kill off the penalty, and the Marlies still perfect on the penalty kill. McDougall with speed. Hits Foran trying to cut in from the right wing side. That gets to the front of the net. Tang stretching back, but he never had to make a save. The Marlies were all there. They got the puck out. Robertson spun down. Foran comes in and hits his man. He's going to get a penalty for that. And Foran throws one more hit on Buckley, knowing full well where he's headed.
Foran, tired at the end of the play, will be ushered to the box, and you see Robertson leading things on that 5-man breakout. And it's on the power play, but you still have to be able to utilize your speed and find your open man. Good short support passes leads to the chance by Foran, and then Pierre-Luc Forget, who's been all over the place in this game, slides right here, and his glove hand keeps this puck from going back towards Tang and into the net.
Marlies 0 for 1 in the power play in this game. They control off the face-off. Ball uses that size. Pringle pokes at it. Express having trouble getting it out. Luke St. John, though, finds his seam and he gets it down the ice.
Such a steady Eddie back there for York Simcoe. Luke St. John, you don't notice him or not, he's not a huge point producer, but when the chips are down, he's playing against the opposition's best, and here he is out on that first PK unit.
Nicholas Goss, he intercepts a pass, gets it down the ice. Goss and McKim, both from Newfoundland, playing with the York Simcoe Express. So there'll be some people watching their hometowns in St. John's and Conception Bay South, hoping they do well. McDougall, short-handed, he's got some good speed coming in. He's drawn a penalty. Ball was forced to haul him down, and that will be it for the Marlies power play.
You have to love McDougall just driving hard, using his speed, lowering the shoulder, and while Ball is a much bigger player, McDougall shows that he can try to get underneath him, and Ball has no other opportunity to defend him other than take him down. He has that step right there, and you see Ball reach out that right shoulder and almost throws him back, gets the arm bar on him, drags him down. Good job by McDougall to draw the penalty.
Second period's going to finish 4-on-4. Some skating room for these skilled young men. Richard Whitaker circles back. There's Antropov trying to poke the puck loose, but he wasn't able to do so. Whitaker still has it. Now behind the Marlies net. Finally, it's taken away by Antropov. Whitaker catches up to him, leans into him along the boards. Akil Thomas, he saw a hit coming, wisely got out of the way of that.
Hands up, hands up, hands up.
Antropov with just under 30 seconds to go in the period. Stops at the top of the circle. Fantuzzi back to Antropov. Puck bouncing around. There's Whitaker who knocks it down. Sees a couple of Marlies nearby. Gets it over to Robertson. And now Vuko with some skating room. Maybe a chance here for the Express before the period's done. Cranston, the defenseman, is down there. Centering feed. That's broken up by Horvath. Tried to deke his way out of his own zone. It was knocked off his stick, but there's not much time to work now. That's it. That's the end of the second period. And no scoring in the second, but maybe that power play time that will kick in early in the third will help the Express.
Yeah, you think with fresh ice and the opportunity to go in after a pretty good period where they got their legs moving might propel the Express in period number 3.
That power play has been so good for the York Simcoe Express, especially when they fall behind in games. It seems to come through when they need it the most, and they will have just under a minute to work in that third period on the power play. But the Toronto Marlies, keep in mind, they have not allowed a power play goal against. Berezynski was strong in the second period. He'll have to have a big third, and one period to decide this game. It's the Toronto Marlboros leading 1-0. They scored at the 4:31 mark of the first period. It was Pierre-Luc Forget, the defenseman, getting his first point of the OHL Cup. And now the Marlboros trying to become 3-time in a row champions of the OHL Cup. York Simcoe Express, they won it back in 03-04. It's been a long time since they've been able to call themselves champions. And it's now a power play for the Express. Here they come. They've got about 45 seconds to work. Foran out of the penalty box, leaves it for Bucco. Falling was little, and he was still able to swipe that stick and knock the puck away from Foran. Forget lofts it up high. That gets to the blue line. Marlies get it out. It's a one-on-one. Michael Little against Carter Robertson, and Robertson blocked that shot, and the big defenseman heads the other way. Only about 20 seconds to go in this power play. A clean entry for the Express. Centering pass. Bucco was tied up. He couldn't get a shot away. Now here's Robbie Cranston. He delays. Tried to go down low. Jason Horvath picked it off. He's got it down the ice. And that will about do it for the power play. Won't be any more time for the Express to get up the ice. Berezynski almost gave that puck away. That would have been to the wrong guy, Akil Thomas. Marlies are back to full strength, so they've killed off another penalty. Matthew McKim, he tried to pass over to Hillis. He was open at the back door. Marlies again in front of their own net. Very stingy. Justin McPherson. He tried the bank pass. Here's Thomas. Gets to the middle of the ice. Berezynski got enough of it. Hillis, the captain and leading scorer of the York Simcoe Express, brought it in over the line. Whitaker tries to get it to the front of the net. That was stopped by Pringle, but Whitaker stayed on it. Now he might get a chance. Tang with the save. Rebound. Marlies have it. They don't have it out though. Back down low to Whitaker. Hillis heading to the front of the net. Horvath knocks him down. Here's Whitaker again. This is one of those shifts for Whitaker where the puck kept finding him. He's still out there. He still has the puck. He's got Antropov on his back. A long shot. It was stopped by Tang. And Whitaker, he followed through, right through to the goaltender, and there might be a couple of penalties coming up.
Well, we talked about the goaltenders right before the start of the period, and here's McPherson, throws this puck off the boards to Akil Thomas, leading scorer in the tournament, and an excellent save here. Berezynski, and then back the other way, Elliot Tang has to deal in front of the net from McKim, and he too, again, efficient in his movement, makes an excellent save.
Face-off win for the Express. Robertson, he got it over to Ian Bucco. Now down low to Reese Foran. Penalties to Dante Fantuzzi and Richard Whitaker. Buckley, he can't get around Cranston. There's a long shot from Tyler Spott. Those lively boards, that very nearly came right back in front of the net. It had Berezynski sliding the other way. Now that lobs in. Oh, wow. He was going the other way again. And fortunately for the Express and Berezynski, that wasn't on target. Clark, he goes to the blue line to Forget. Now here's Buckley, leaves it for Clark. Circles the net. He's double teamed back there. Robertson over to the open side. McLean has to hustle to get there before Forget. But now Forget has it. He couldn't connect with McShane. Robertson along with Foran and McLean. It was a 3-on-2 coming into the Marlies end, and they're offside.
Boy, the strangest of bounces here almost has Berezynski out of position. And he gets lucky as this thing ends up hitting the post. McShane just throws it on goal. It gets deflected right to the side of the net, just off the post. As he was going towards the blocker side, the puck ended up back towards the glove side post.
Mark that one. If the Express are able to come back, you need a bit of luck too. Still just a 1-goal lead for the Marlboros. That goal came 4:31 into the first period. Pierre-Luc Forget was the one who got it. Two high-scoring teams have tightened up defensively in the OHL Cup-Finals. McPherson got it as far as the red line. Here's Thomas. That shot's wide of the net. Better than 2 points per game he's averaged here at the OHL Cup. Drops it off behind the goal. McPherson can't clear. It's intercepted by Antropov. Back to the blue line. Horvat the shot. That's blocked by McKim. And that allows Matthew McDougall a chance to get this puck out. Look at all the blue sweaters back there waiting for him.
Boy, the back pressure is just relentless by the Marlies forwards coming back. And if you're a forward for York Simcoe, you need to take that puck in straight lines. You start going east-west, you're going to get backtracked upon.
Robertson, he's played a lot in this game. He just got crunched by Little, but got his job done. He got the puck out. Has to get back up, and he goes after Little again on what's going to be an icing call. So tempers starting to flare here in the third period.
Just unbelievable, the back pressure as the shot gets blocked. McDougall breaks out. Now watch Antropov, left side of your screen. Ball angles him towards the board. Antropov comes back, and they force the puck to be turned over. The Marlies get possession, exit out of the zone, all because of good back pressure.
Off the faceoff, Yanni Sampras. He got right in the middle of all those Express players and prevented them from getting a shot on goal. But Marlboros have iced it again.
There's Sampras. You go back to last Friday, suffered a cut in his right leg that required 4 or 5 stitches, and on the way to the hospital he's texting his head coach Steve Devine and saying, "Don't worry, coach, I'll be ready in case we make the finals." And here they are.
Robertson, one-time shot, and Tang, how cool was he coming over, making that save look routine.
Boy, the efficiency of movement. I mean, goaltending all over, seemingly an issue across Canada. And you look at Tang and the way he's played in this game, the efficiency of movement, doesn't overslide. He's so compact there. I just love the way he's played to this point.
Another face-off win. Robertson long shot. There's traffic in front. Whitaker's in the middle.